Good morning, students. We will continue with the 13th problem in exercise number 5.1. Okay, first I will read the question. Try to see the textbook. A farmer obtained a yielding of 1720 bags of cotton last year. This year, she expects her crop to be 20% more. How many bags of cotton does she expected this year? Okay, this is the problem which they given for us, and how to solve this one we'll see it. So total bags, yielding of cotton bags in the last year. In the last year, how many bags, cotton bags are yielded means 1720. So what she is expecting is, she is expecting the crop to be more of 20%. Percentage of increasing bags, increasing in yielding. So how much percentage it has to yield means 20% should be yield. Okay, now what you have to do is this year increment, this year percentage of increasing in yielding of this year or present year, okay, is 20%. Now what you have to do is to get total number of bags of this year, total number of bags for this year. So 1720 will be same. 1720 will be same. 20% of increase means 20% of 1720 will be added for this one. Now you can take 1720 as common. 1 plus 20 by 100. So here 1720, okay, 0 0 cancelled. 1 plus 2 by 10. For 1, if you add 2 by 10, how to add one number to one fraction? Already I said to you, 10 is the LCM here. 10 plus 2 will become, you are getting 1720 into 12 by 10, 0 0 cancelled. With 12 multiplied, 12 2 is 24, 4 2, 12 7 is 84 plus 2, 86, 8, 12 1 is 12 plus 8 is 20. 2064 bags will be there here. It is not rupees. So this year it becomes 2064 bags will be present yielding of this cotton bags will be there. Okay. Now we'll go to the next problem. I'll show the question here. I'll read it. Points P and Q are both in the line segment AB, and on the same side of its midpoint, P divides AB in the ratio 2:3 and Q divides AB in the ratio of 3:4. If PQ is equals to 2, then find the length of the line segment AB. Okay, it is very important problem. How we have to do, we'll say. So you have to read the problem question 1 to 2 times to understand, and every problem you have to practice it. Okay, without practicing maths it won't come for anyone. So practice is very, very important here. Practice makes maths perfect. Now points P and Q are both in the line segment AB. So here first you have to draw a line segment. Line segment name they given. Points P and Q are both in the line segment AB. The line segment name is AB. Okay, so for this AB, one midpoint will be there or not? So he said that P comma Q are both in the line segment AB and on the same side of its midpoint. So if you take PQ this side, P and Q must be of same side of its midpoint. So midpoint of AB is this point. So PQ are left side to this midpoint. You have to take like that. Now what he said is P divides AB in the ratio 2:3. He said that P divides AB in the ratio of how much is given? 2:3. So if you see here, AP is to PB. AP is to PB is equals to 2:3. AP is to PB. AP is to PB is equals to 2:3. Okay. Now Q divides AB in the ratio of 3:4. Q divides AB in the ratio of what he said, 3:4. 3:4. The meaning of this is AQ is to QB. AQ is to QB is equals to 3:4. They given here like this. Okay. Now what he is asking is PQ is equals to 2, already they given here. From this you have to find the value of the length of line segment AB. You have to find length of line segment AB. So how you have to find is AP is to PB is 2:3. AP is to PB is 2:3. AB becomes or AP is equals to 2/5 of AB. See here, AP is to PB is equals to 2:3 means AP becomes 2/5 of AB and PB becomes 3/5 of AB. So in AB, 2/5 of AB is AP, 3/5 of AB is PB. So same if you apply for this one, AQ is equals to 3/7 of AB. So you are keeping AP as 1, AQ as 2. So from AQ, if you subtract AP, you are getting PQ from figure. So what is AQ here? 3/7 of AB. What is AP here? 2/5 of AB. What is PQ? PQ they given as 2. So if you take AB as common, you are getting 3/7 minus 2/5 is equals to 2. LCM if you are taking for 7 and 5, the LCM is 35. 7 how many times will go? 5 times it will go. 7 5 is 35. 5 3 is 15. 5 7 times will go. 7 2 is 14 is equals to 2. And AB is equals to 1/35. AB into 1/35 is equals to 2. And AB is equals to 70. So here he asked the length of AB or not. So AB we got as 70. Okay. Next we will go for next exercise. So before going to this exercise, introduction part will be there. and profit and loss. So you should know some formulae regarding profit, loss. So that formula I'll explain to you. Just listen. Later we will see some example problems and exercise problems. First, when a person will get a profit, when a person will get a loss. So here profit. So to say about profit, if a person purchased any article, then that purchased sum is said to be called cost price. What is cost price means? See, you went to a bookstall and you purchased a pen. So the cost of that pen is called cost price, okay? And then same pen you sold to your friend, that is called selling price. So when profit will come means when selling price will be more than cost price. So selling price must be more than cost price. So if SP is greater than CP, one person will get a profit. What happens when CP is greater than SP? So what is the meaning of CP? You purchased one pen for 5 rupees and you sold that pen, same pen at the time only without using, to 3 rupees. You purchased for 5 rupees and you sold for 3 rupees. Then cost price becomes more than selling price. Then the person will acquire loss. So you should understand what is meant by profit and loss. When loss will come means when CP is greater than SP. When profit will come, SP is greater than CP. So profit synonym is called gain. Gain and profit both are same. Now you should know about profit percentage. So you should know the formula for profit percent. Profit is different, profit percent is different. So the formula for profit percent is profit by CP into 100. See, profit is always calculated by basing on CP. Okay, profit percent is equals to profit by CP into 100. If you want loss percent, when a person has to calculate loss percent means if we know loss and CP into 100, loss by CP into 100 gives a loss percentage. Profit percent formula, loss percent formula. So formula for profit is SP minus CP. Formula for profit is SP minus CP. Formula for profit percent is profit by CP into 100. So what you have to assume is profit is different, profit percentage is different. Next, if you want to get loss, what is the formula for loss? Very good, CP minus SP. CP minus SP gives the loss. Then like this, we have to know selling price. See, when a person knows about selling price and profit or profit percentage. Selling price we know, profit percentage you know. So you have to calculate what? CP you have to calculate. So how you have to calculate CP means 100 into SP by 100 plus G percent gives a cost price of an article. So if we don't know cost price, but if you know selling price and gain percent, how much gain percent is that person got it, if you know these two, by substituting SP value and gain percent value we can calculate CP. Next, same CP that person got loss. Okay, so we know SP selling price and we know loss percent. So the formula for CP is 100 into SP by 100 minus loss percent. Like this, now about CPs, I made CP as subject. Now if we know CP and gain percent, how to calculate SP selling price? So the formula for selling price is Cp into 100 plus gain percent by 100. Cp into 100 plus G percent by 100. If you substitute in this Cp value and gain percent value, you will get the selling price. And if the same person, if he got loss, the formula for loss percent is, so loss percent we know, Cp we know. How to calculate SP means SP is equal to Cp into 100 minus loss percent by 100. So these formulae are very very important to do some problems which they given in the exercises. Okay, so first we have to by heart these entire formulae, and then we will go to the next topic in next class. Okay, thank you.